Alex Eala, the rising tennis star from the Philippines, was humiliated in the Suzhou WTA 125 quarterfinals by Viktorija Golubic in a shocking 6-1, 6-2 defeat. But this wasn't just a loss, it was a breakdown that left fans wondering, what's next for her career? In this video, we're going to dive into the shocking quarterfinals match at the 2025 Suzhou WTA 125, where Alex Eala faced Viktorija Golubic. Eala's emotional collapse on the court was a rare moment of vulnerability for a rising star in the tennis world. We'll explore the full story, including her biggest achievements, controversies, and how she plans to bounce back from this tough loss. Do you think Alex Eala can overcome this devastating loss? What will it take for her to bounce back stronger than ever? Share your thoughts below. Do you think this loss is just a setback or a sign of deeper challenges in her career? Alex Eala's loss to Viktorija Golubic in the 2025 Suzhou WTA 125 quarterfinals was a crushing blow, with a scoreline of 6-1, 2-6-2. For a young player like Eala, the match was a wake-up call, showing her just how far she still has to go to compete with seasoned professionals at the top. Despite the heavy loss, this is not the end of Eala's journey. In fact, it could serve as a turning point for her mental and physical development as a player. Golubic, with her years of experience, was simply too much for Eala on this day. The emotional breakdown Eala had post-match was heartbreaking, but relatable for anyone who has ever felt the pressure of performing at their best when it counts the most. Actionable takeaway: setbacks in sports often reveal the mental and emotional toll athletes face. How do you handle pressure in your own life? What we saw during the match and Eala's breakdown isn't uncommon in sports. But the true measure of a great athlete is their ability to learn from these moments. So, what's next for Alex Eala? Can she turn this painful experience into the fuel that powers her comeback? Let's take a look at Alex Eala's meteoric rise in tennis. At just 18 years old, she's already achieved what many professional players can only dream of. Her breakthrough came in 2021 when she won the Australian Open doubles title with Priscilla Hon, making history as the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam. Since then, Eala has been on a steady upward trajectory, with solid performances in several WTA tournaments, including the 2023 Singapore Open, where she reached the semifinals in both singles and doubles. Along the way, she's captured the hearts of millions of fans across the globe, especially in the Philippines, where she is hailed as a national hero in the making. Her achievements, however, are not just limited to her Grand Slam success. Eala's powerful game, aggressive baseline shots, and tactical acumen have been her standout qualities. She's already been recognized as one of the brightest young stars on the WTA Tour. Off the court, she's also established herself as a brand ambassador for some of the biggest names in sports and fashion, including Nike, Wilson, and Uniqlo. These deals have amplified her status and put her in the same league as top athletes globally. But as much as Eala has achieved, the pressure to maintain this momentum and continue performing at a high level is immense. She's now at a point where every match, every tournament, and every point counts toward her future. So, when she faced a loss as devastating as the one against Golubic, it left many wondering if the pressure was finally getting to her. Actionable takeaway: success comes with its own set of challenges. How do you manage the expectations placed on you by others and yourself? Eala's story is inspiring, but it's not without its controversies. As her career has gained more attention, so too have the pressures and criticisms she faces. Some critics have questioned her consistency in key moments, while others have focused on her ability to handle the mental and emotional aspects of being a top-tier athlete. Let's dive into some of these controversies. One of the biggest controversies surrounding Alex Eala has been her mental toughness in high-pressure situations. While she has had her fair share of successes, critics argue that she still lacks the mental fortitude to consistently perform in big matches. The Suzhou match against Golubic highlighted this. Eala's inability to adjust her game and stay composed in the face of adversity raised questions about her psychological resilience. The young star has often been described as raw by experts, indicating that while her game is impressive, she still has room to grow in terms of both technique and emotional maturity. Some pundits believe that Eala needs to sharpen her focus and learn how to deal with her emotions on the court if she wants to become a top contender in women's tennis. Mental strength is something that separates the good from the great. And for Eala, developing that side of her game will be critical in determining her future success. Another controversy that has followed Eala is her public image. With so many brand partnerships and media exposure, she has become somewhat of a celebrity athlete. The attention she receives is both a blessing and a curse. Some argue that the media spotlight and brand deals can put unnecessary pressure on a young athlete, distracting her from the core of her training and performance. While others believe these partnerships are part of her overall career strategy, ensuring she's set up for life beyond tennis. These controversies have shaped how Eala is perceived, both in the media and by fans. But they also offer valuable lessons. In sports and in life, how you handle pressure, both on and off the court, can make or break your career. Actionable takeaway. Navigating the pressures of public life and criticism is tough, but how you handle it defines your long-term success. Despite these challenges, Eala's resilience has always been a driving force behind her success. She's faced adversity before, on and off the court, and each time she's bounced back stronger. Can she do it again after this loss? Let's take a closer look at her journey and what it will take for her to overcome this setback. To understand the kind of resilience Alex Eala has, it's important to look at her background. Born in Manila, Eala grew up in a sports-oriented family. Her father, a former tennis player, was her first coach and instilled in her the discipline and work ethic that would eventually lead her to success. From a young age, Eala showed promise, winning her first junior titles before making the leap to the professional circuit. Her early success was marked by a determination to make her country proud, knowing that tennis in the Philippines hadn't seen a star like her in years. Her journey hasn't been easy, though. Eala's path has been filled with obstacles, from financial struggles early in her career to the physical and emotional toll of competing at the highest level. Her drive to succeed, however, has never wavered. Each loss, each hurdle has only made her more determined. The question now is, how does she channel this setback into a greater comeback? Looking at her previous defeats, Eala has always bounced back with renewed focus. After her first loss at a major WTA tournament, many thought it was the end of her momentum. But she came back stronger, reaching higher rounds and capturing more titles. In the case of her Suzhou loss, it's likely that she will take the same approach: learn, grow, and come back with a stronger mental game. One of Eala's strengths is her ability to compartmentalize. After a tough match, she doesn't linger on the defeat. Instead, she focuses on improving her weaknesses and using every loss as a stepping stone. If there's one thing that's certain, it's that Alex Eala won't let this loss define her. Actionable takeaway. Resilience is about learning from failure, not letting it define you. How do you bounce back from your own setbacks? Let's talk about resilience. How do you handle setbacks in your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How do you bounce back from your toughest challenges? As we reflect on this Suzhou WTA 125 match and Alex Eala's journey, it's clear that the road ahead won't be easy. But what makes her special is her unwavering determination. While many young athletes might falter after such a tough loss, Eala's work ethic and resilience suggest that this is just another challenge for her to overcome. Eala's supporters, especially in the Philippines, continue to believe in her potential. Her achievements, both on and off the court, prove that she has the tools to become a tennis legend. She's already a role model to countless young players, and her journey has just begun. The question is, will she be able to handle the growing pressure and fulfill her immense potential? Eala's comeback will depend on how she responds to this loss and how she channels her energy into improving her mental toughness. Mental resilience is often the difference between a good player and a great one. Eala has the foundation to be one of the best. It's now about mastering her mind as much as her game. Actionable takeaway. Becoming great isn't just about talent. It's about managing the pressure and turning setbacks into opportunities for growth.